is a revival of old times for the holiday resort of Banff, because the route taken by this new miniature steam railway is the very one used by the former Banff, Portsoy and Strathisla Railway Company until they closed down some 20 years ago. This is Banff Spring Station. It's about halfway along the line, and this is where I joined the children of Easterfield School in Turriff on board.
They wouldn't remember the original rail days here, but at least they could dream about how things were.
Alan, what's the history then behind the old railway company here?
Well, the old Banff, Portsoy and Strathisla Railway Company was a very colourful and local company. It operated a railway service to Banff which diverged from the main line to Inverness at a place called Grange near Keith. The day that the old railway company opened, the engine driver crashed the train and wrecked the two carriages, which were the only two carriages that the company owned. The engine driver was completely absolved from blame. The blame went to the engineer who built the line because they said he didn't build it substantially enough. And the engine driver, in fact, was promoted later to superintendent of the line. It was a strict rule of the old Banff, Portsoy and Strathisla Railway that no train must leave the station until the guard had blown his whistle. The only problem was they employed a guard who couldn't blow his whistle, and consequently the timetable was always in a shambles. They also had an engineer who couldn't have been really all that competent because he designed a bridge with an aperture that wasn't strong enough to hold back a burn which ran down near Cornhill, and the bridge got carried away in a flood of water. So the railway got into dire financial circumstances, and in 1867 it was taken over by the Great North of Scotland Railway Company. The Great North, of course, improved things considerably, and the railway service lasted under the management of the Great North until 1923, when it became part of the LNER system under the National Grouping of Railways. In 1948, of course, the line was nationalised, and in 1964 Dr. Beeching came along, and being an uneconomic branch line, he withdrew the passenger service altogether. It was the last steam-operated passenger service in the north of Scotland and remained with steam haulage until the very end. So that in a nutshell is a brief history of the old railway company.
So why did you want to move your miniature railway here?
As you may know, the Slains Castle area is subject of a proposed development. Therefore, our future tenure of the land became very doubtful, and we didn't know how long we could carry the service on for. Also, it was very limited. We couldn't extend the line or make it any more attractive to passengers, and the facilities for children at the end of the line were rather limited. Therefore, after discussion with the local district council, it was felt that Banff would be the ideal spot for the railway to be moved to.
And any plans, if this one is successful, Alan, to take over BR?
Not quite. I think that our ultimate ambition would be to take the line right into the village of White Hills. That could present many problems, but certainly it would be the ultimate goal of this line anyway.
The new Banff Railway.